Recording. So your first question is, if you'd like to start your career into the BIM automation, hmm, which is the
Yes.
right, how do you start exactly? Hmm.
So I started as a BIM modeler uh, and in Scan to BIM.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 7 years of experience in Scan to BIM and BIM also in Revit MEP. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm the team leader and I'll set up the files, templates, and families. I'll create the families and everything. So uh, for the easy task, I'm creating some basic of Dynamo scripts.
Mm.
So not full-fledged,
Mm.
full-fledged. So I want to know more about the Dynamo, and I want to uh, I want to increase my team efficiency with my automation tools.
How do you start your career? I mean, how do you start? Like, for example, if you want to learn automation, so where do you start exactly? Do you have any idea? Like, I have to start from here, I have to start from here. Do you have any such idea?
No, so when I know about the Dynamo, just I go through internet and search the information about Dynamo and start a little bit just myself only.
Okay. Okay.
So I didn't join any institutes or anything,
So you
any
don't know
webinars
how to.
also. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Based on your first question, so I'm asking everyone here. I mean, you can share your views exactly. No, see, this is going to be a live debate. Okay, you have to open your mouths for sure. Okay, so to make this more interactive, I need your presence with your questions, with your answers, whatever. Okay, so my first question for you is like, what is the correct way to learn BIM automation? So this is why I've asked this because Rajesh itself said like I want to learn Dynamo like C Sharp and Python and something uh, extra blah blah blah. Okay. Now I just want to understand how to start this. I mean, if I want to become a BIM expert, okay. So how do I start? Is it first Python? I mean, I just want to know your like answers A or B or C. Can you please type it in the chat box? Whether you are aware of it or not doesn't matter. Choose your like option. Praveen saying it's B. So first he has supposed to go Dynamo, Python, Revit API, and C Sharp. Okay. Maruti B. Rajesh is also B. Okay. Let's wait for. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's B. Hmm. Okay. Everyone are copying B, B, B. Are you sure? Hmm. Let me see.
It's basic of automation is the Dynamo.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Python, Mushahid said C. Okay, congrats. Very good. Sudhir, it's A. Okay, and I started saying different answers now. Okay, for my first question, which is the correct way to learn BIM automation? So my answers are C, A, and mostly like said B. Hmm. No more answers? No more answers? Sasidhar and C. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. So I'm expecting like few more participants to be joined in next 5 minutes. Anyways, we'll just go ahead. Okay, don't want to waste your time as well. So, which is the correct way to learn BIM automation? Its option is B. Okay, now the people choose who choose this B as an option. Okay, I want to understand what is the reason for choosing B that. Anyone? Anyone? I want to understand from your perspective, like why you have chosen B. I mean, you is it a wild guess or you're aware of something. This is what. Hmm?
Yes. Yes, sir. Like Dynamo actually it helps us to. It's like visual coding.
Mm-hmm.
It, it is the best way to get into the automation. Like in Dynamo, we just have to connect the nodes. That's it. After Dynamo, knowing the Dynamo, like editing the nodes in Dynamo with the help of Python. That is the
Mm-hmm.
second step.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, Revit API is the third. And creating add-ins with the help of C Sharp. Like this, I have chosen.
Very good. Very good. So you have a very. So what? Uh, who's that? Who answered it? Who answered it? Maruti.
Me, sir. Maruti. Yes.
Maruti. How many of you agree with Maruti's answer? How many of you agree with Maruti's answer? Is it
Yeah, I
right?
agree with Murthy. Yes.
Okay. Rajesh is also. Okay, fine. Anyone else? No one? No one? Okay. Well, so let me explain the way like you're supposed to start your learning career. Okay, because learning something which is really like, and that too, for working professionals, sitting on something to learn learn something which is it's not that easy, because like we are already working for a company for 8 hours, okay, from morning 9 to 6, and coming back from the office and sitting for in front of a machine for 2 hours for a training. I mean, of course the training is going to be after your office hours, it's not in your office hours, okay. So after your office hours, sitting in front of a machine for 2 hours, it's not a small thing. But if you started learning, so it's nothing but earning. Okay, it's not that instant earning. It'll take some time. You have to put a lot of efforts on what you have learned. Okay, so like how it turns to the money, that I'll explain you later. Okay, so for now, how to start your career is, so even though you have spent like I mean that 2 hours a day or like 1 hour a day, and after 30 days or after 2 months or after 6 months, you felt okay, I've chosen the wrong way. This is not the way I supposed to like I supposed to be start with. If you felt this, that is really a very bad experience. So, when I mean, if he is an engineer and I mean he's still searching for a job, for them, if they choose the wrong path in the learning, he can correct it because he has a lot of time. But when you are working as a working professional, you are working as a professional for a company, and spending even 1 hour is also on learning, it's very very tough. Okay, so don't waste your. You can't see the screen. Can everyone see the screen?
Oh,
Can you?
no, no, no,
It's
Who
Yeah,
is that?
no.
Let me connect it again. Can everyone see the screen now? The people said no.
Yeah,
Praful,
yeah, we can see
Abasa
the screen.
can't. Okay, yeah, okay, fine then. I'm so sorry. Okay, fine then. Well, so it's not that really fruitful, and you may lost interest on learning as well. Okay, so learn everything in a right way. I mean, take a guidance from the people, those who are experts in it. Don't go and talk to I mean, if you are a modeler, if you are a coordinator, don't talk to the persons who are even not aware of it. I've seen most of the people are misguiding the people who are wants to enter into the automation. I've seen many people, sir, I want to learn Python to become a Dynamo expert. Are you idiot? If you learn Python, how you become a Dynamo expert? Both are different tools. This is a programming tool, and that is a visual programming tool. So how you will become? Of course, you have a chance to write a Python code in the Dynamo, but it's not the exact way you're supposed to start with. For example, a person who learned Python in the beginning, so it will take at least 45 days to write his own script, the first script, to finish the first script in Dynamo. You understand? But if you start learning from the Dynamo, you will be start writing your own scripts within the third day itself. Why? What is the difference between the learning Dynamo? It's a visual programming. So visual programming, in the sense, someone has already written a scripts and they're providing it into your plate. So you just want to have it, that's it. So you'll mix the chutney, you'll mix that, there's, I mean, all the ingredients, like, I mean, what are your plates, you'll just mix and prepare it, and you can have it. You understand? So the visual programming, in the sense, like, it's sort of a marketplace. Let me explain you. Okay, for example, for an example, dynamopackages.com. Okay, this is to bring sort of an awareness, like, why you are, uh, I mean, I don't want you to get into the wrong direction. Okay, so we have our 1907 packages. So what do you mean the packages? Let's consider, I mean, package is equal to folder. So we have a 1907 folders are kept in a cloud server. So you have to download it and see. I mean, if you are an architectural person, if you are a mechanical person, if you are an electrical person or a civil guy, or whoever you are, so you have to segregate. Okay, in these like 1907 folders, you have to segregate. Okay, these folders for like architecture, this folder for structure, this folder for like modelers, this folder for coordinators. Yeah. Hmm. This folder is for it's recording actually. Yeah. Okay, so these folders are for like the documentation sake. Okay, so this is for like I mean, creating the parametric stuff in the architectural part. So there are different subfolders in it. So you have to choose which folder will support you to create your own scripts, to create your workflows. Simple. Okay. So if you have this, I mean, and okay, that's fine. In every folder, how many scripts you do have generally? If you have this question, you can consider, based on my 6 years of experience in this automation, and I mean into this training from last 2.5 to 3 years. Okay. So in every folder we can consider like 100, minimum in 100 scripts in it. So we have 1,90,000 scripts. Okay, for now let's consider those as like a scripts. Okay, not nodes or nothing, because you are not aware of that. And these many installs were done so far. Okay, clear? I mean, there is a zero actually, so I just removed it. Okay, so in this packaging, it means like we have a scripts over there. So in 1,90,700 scripts, if they are ready to, if they are offering for free, then why do you have to sit and write your first script? Why do you have to sit and write your first script from the scratch? I hope you are clear what I'm trying to convey. Is it? Is it? Is it everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say is, if you have a chance to play with something directly, why you have to sit and write from the scratch? So that is a wrong decision. Okay, start from the dynamo is the first thing. So why dynamo? Don't say that it's a dynamo. It's a concept. Okay, like how we have a like Revit is not a BIM. So Revit is a tool which helps the BIM process. Correct? Likewise, the dynamo is a tool name, that's it. Behind this, I mean, generally, what do we call this dynamo? It's a visual programming. It's a visual programming, guys. It's a visual programming. Okay. So what is a visual programming? In the sense, if you have an idea, how to do it, how to do that. Okay, if I have an assistant to do this exactly what I am going to instruct, so that is fine. That's fine. You are hiring an assistant. Array, do this as a first step, do this as a second step, do this as a third step, and fourth step, fifth step, colors. So repeat the same 5 steps again and again on the second element. Do the same 5 steps on the third element. So do the same thing what I have instructed, these 5 steps. Do it for every element till you reach the element count. Like if you are a structural guy, you have a maximum 500 elements. So do the same task with the 500 elements. Do the same if you are from MEP guy, if you have thousands of elements. So do the same 5 steps of task to every element until unless you finish the complete task. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? So the visual programming, in the sense, you should have a logic how to write the steps. That's it. Okay, clear, no? So that visual programming is, I mean, how do you give the instructions? You don't write A equal to 30, B equal to 50, C equal to so and so dynamo element or Revit element, and D equal to that dynamo instruction. Nothing. You're not going to play with any kind of a coding over there. So you will be finding sort of a like scripts in a block view in this, like this. So these are the block, I mean, this is a Dynamo interface. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to explain you, since I mean, like out of your 70, there I could see like around 30 people haven't registered it. 30 to 40 people haven't registered. You're completely new to it. Okay, that's fine. So this is a demo for you. I mean, I just want you to understand how do you learn something from the scratch. Okay, so if you like this training, I mean, for the first 2 days, you can continue from the third day. Okay, clear? Fine. So tomorrow I'm going to explain like the Dynamo interface, like what is it and how do you start and what are the things to be considered and everything. Okay, fine. Let's say click on new. So these are the blocks we have. These are the blocks we have. So I want to,
Sir,
yeah,
can we ask any question?
yeah, you can ask. You can ask.
Yeah. So just a basic question it is like
Hmm.
from this course, as the name shows, it is from being zero to hero.
Hmm.
So you will start from basic how to do a simple coding to the minimum level, mid-level or advanced level you will teach in this 30 days or 45 days period, or this is only for them who already knows Dynamo and wants to improve themselves furthermore.
Nice question, Ashish. Okay, fine. This training is for the people who are completely zero in the coding, zero in the Dynamo. Okay, zero in like the complete concept. If you hate this coding process, still you will be, trust me. And if you have any kind of doubts on my training, I hope you are already got the feedback links through WhatsApp or wherever. Okay, or else Google it like Bimera Private Limited reviews. Then you will come to know the way of I teach, the way of it is. I'm going to be your trainer. For the first level, I don't want to scare the people. I want everyone to understand what is happening in the automation. So I'm going to start from the very, very scratch. Even though you don't know, like, what does A equal to 10 do? Still, I do teach everything. When do I teach this kind of a coding? After like 10 days of the Dynamo training. Do you understand? So, but I'm promising you one thing. Within the 3 days, you will be start writing your own scripts. Don't consider today and tomorrow session, since these are like a demo for you to bring a sort of an awareness. What is an automation, and where do you go with, and the salary ranges, and your career and everything. Okay, this is the 2 days training, which is like a workshop for you. Clear? Clear? So without
Okay.
understanding the trainer capabilities, I mean, uh, choosing the right career is not the idealistic thing and not a intellectual thing. Sometimes, I'm this, I can do this, I can do that. No, that's not make sense. Finding a right, correct trainer is also make sense. If you are very good at vision and you got a wrong guru, it spoils your ideas completely. I hope you're aware of this, because I found many wrong gurus in my training career and still connecting to many wrong gurus. So if I would like to learn something, I should catch the person who teach me everything from the scratch. If I ask something, whether this guy could able to explain it or not. Most of the people say, I'll explain this later. I'll do this later. Not, can we do this? Even the person doesn't know. They do have like a 2-3 months of experience and started teaching the same thing. Not exactly. So you should find right guy, those who have that capabilities to train on some stuff. Do you understand? Clear? So trust me, from the zero to the advanced level and up to what level you are going to learn, you will see that tomorrow, Ashish. Clear? So what is the
And sir, one more question I do have. Like, this course started on each month only, or this is only for month of February?
Actually, we have a huge participants this batch because of I think I'm stopping. I'm planning to stop the trainings from the next batch itself. This is going to be my last batch, it seems. Okay. Because like I'm a founder of this company, as I'm not supposed to take this kind of a trainings generally, but this is after office hours, but still I'm losing something when it comes to my business. So we are planning to stop this training. I mean, I'm stopping this training from the next batch. For this batch, I'm going to be the trainer. And from next batch, I don't think so. From March or April, we do have, because like we have to find a person who teach exactly like similar to me or the same thing. Okay. For this batch, I'm going to be your mentor, your trainer, everything. Okay. So you can harass me like anything during the training. Text me at 2 o'clock, text me in the midnight like 3 o'clock, whatever. Okay. If you got stuck somewhere, text me on WhatsApp so that I can solve your problem during the training, after the training as well. Clear? Clear,
Yeah,
Ashish? Yeah.
yes, sir. I want to ask you something.
Yeah,
I,
Mohammed.
yeah,
Come on.
the thing is, I plan to join this sessions, because you are teaching. I
Hmm.
have gone through like your history, and I've gone through your many videos. So you are saying that you are taking only for the 1 month. It makes me very nervous actually, and why don't you continue for the complete course? You have 4 week of session for the basics, and then you will have 2 months for the scripting and for other stuff. So why don't you continue a complete and then you can leave, because
Hmm.
we have more expectations from you.
Yeah, that's true, because this is when it comes to the training, the management will not be completely depend upon only the one candidate. If I'm getting a more inquiries on Dynamo, the people why I'm taking care of this, the people not even aware of the basic concepts. So even they would don't like to learn from the scratch. Okay, you understand. So the people,
Yeah.
if most of the people like, I mean, based on our thing, so if everybody have learned a Dynamo and the people are stop asking for the Dynamo, and when they are asking for the API, I'll be into it, and I don't take a Dynamo trainings. Do you understand?
Oh,
You
okay. You
understand?
mean like, but
The people,
mm,
the people who doesn't know anything about Revit before, so they have to learn Revit first. Correct? Correct?
yeah,
After learning Revit, they'll start looking for the Navisworks. After learning Navisworks, they'll start looking for the Kobe or something else. Is it? So a
yes,
person cannot directly come and learn the Kobe without having a Revit experience. So the learning at the starting stage should be very, very fruitful. That is the reason we are bringing, I mean, we are focusing on the Dynamo for now. Okay, and the next levels, of course, for example, in a Dynamo we have a like 10 people. In API we have a 30 people. Then my presence would be there in the API training. Is it clear?
okay,
So based on
yeah,
that
yeah.
participant count, the management will take a decision. It's not in my hand, to be frank. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, all
And
right.
seriously, teaching Dynamo
But
compared to API, for me, APIs are very, very fruitful. Like, let me show you. I mean, if you ask something in Vimera.in,
but I am
so
hoping, right, like I will be trained under you. I am expecting this thing. I'm very
sure,
excited to learn.
sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure. Thank you. Okay, fine. So we have developed almost like similar application to the Chat GPT, but it's especially for our students, because we are paying for this credits as well. Okay, you're paying for this. So like that one per day or per 2 days, like we are going to pay for this. So if I ask something like like what are the things, what are the concepts we have in Revit Dynamo. If you ask something, I hope everyone know about this ChatGPT and OpenAI. Huh? I hope so.
No,
Is it?
I don't know about it, honestly
Uh,
speaking.
okay. So if you ask anything, it'll give you a sort of like information about it, how to start something and everything. Okay, whatever. Even for example, if you ask something to write a Python code,
Okay.
write a Python code to get the element ID. Write a Revit Python code. So if I ask something, it will give you how to write the Python code to print to get that element ID of the particular element. Is it clear? So just giving you the code. This is a level 2 training. This is not a level 1 training. Okay. So what is a level 1 and level 2 training? In level 1, you will not touch with the pure coding concepts because I
Okay.
want you to play with these scripts first. So you have 1,90,700 scripts are there. First, taken as an advantage to use those scripts. Okay, if you download something, how to use it, how to play with it. For example,
Mm-hmm.
I have a something like Archilab, like core date times and from Unix time. So I have a node here. So what does this node exactly need? What is expecting? So you have seen a block. So you can't see the code behind it. When I double click on this, I can't see the code behind it. So how to connect? It is asking for the time. It's very clear. Okay, but how to connect this? What to connect this? If you could able to understand what the node is expecting, then you will be almost like into the right shape of creating the scripts. Understand? So you would be
Okay.
good at understand, like if I copy this, what it needs exactly. What what it needs. If you know what it needs exactly, how to connect, how to connect it, and what to connect exactly. What's a connecting node for this? Connecting node for this. You understand now? So you will be learning these kind of a concepts in our training, guys. Okay. So I'm not going to teach you any kind of a scripts in the training. Of course, we do teach the scripts like with every concept, we do teach you sort of a scripts in December batch. Let's say these are the scripts I do explain during the training. Okay. So in the scripts, like when I get into the, where is the text file? So there will be sort of an assignments again. There will be sort of an assignments again. So how to do this and what to do that and all these kind of a stuff, like you will be taught. I mean, there will be sort of an assignments for you again. Okay. So I will not teach any kind of a scripts coming to it. We are very clear on our concepts will help you to write your own scripts by yourself. I do teach only the key concept. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah, you mean you will teach us the format, how to create a script, but like application that depends on our requirement. Like whatever we want, we can even I'm expecting you would help me, right? If I stuck something, if
Yes.
I'm stuck somewhere, you would definitely help us to come out
Yes,
of
we
it.
will. Exactly. Exactly. We will. Okay. So the first thing, there are few concepts to be understand. Okay. When it comes to, I'll show you what you're going to learn in this training part. Okay. So these are the main concepts, guys. So data types, anatomy of a node, node behaviors and node states, and dot notation, execution types, and list management, lacing strategies, filtering, and the design scripting. Okay, so one, two, three, there are like 10 to 15 key concepts are there. We have added more. This is very old presentation. Okay, so these are the concepts we are going to learn in this the training part. Okay, so what is a Dynamo and how to start with the Dynamo? What is a visual programming? What does a Dynamo work with? Okay, Savita, for if you're not able to see the screen fully, then there is a bar like this, the top bar. Okay, you have to navigate to the top. You have to stretch and drag it to the top. Clear? Then you can see the full screen of this thing. Okay, fine. So these are the concepts. Not only this, I have segregated a lot of concepts into, let me stop.
Or scan to BIM. So is it used for modeling?
Uh, Good question. When it comes to the scan to BIM, generally it has a lot of points in it. So
Yes.
when it comes to the modeling, we call it as a point modeling, Rajesh. Okay. So
Yeah.
here the point modeling is a pure part of a geometrical stuff. So there is another like a way to learn this Dynamo. It is a geometry. So this Dynamo geometry is for the people who are into the architecture and structure, not for the people who are into the MEP. Clear? So Dynamo
Yeah.
geometry, if they want to create something like a parametric design stuff, like parametric buildings. Okay, let's say parametric um, architecture architecture buildings, if I click on this. So to create these kind of a stuff, you have to understand, you have to learn the Dynamo geometry. So the concepts I'm teaching you in our training, it's a Dynamo essentials. Like how we have a Revit, how we have a Revit essentials. So you'll be learning all the concepts, Revit essentials to the advanced concept, and then you will implement in the architecture if you're an architecture guy. You'll implement the same in an MEP if you're an MEP guy. True. So likewise, we have an essentials in the Dynamo. So essentials in the sense, don't treat it as like a very basic stuff. Okay. I'm not going to miss even single pinpoint when it comes to the training part. When it comes to the training part. Is it clear? Is it clear,
Yes.
everyone? So I'm going to teach all the key concepts to make you to help you to write scripts automatically. I've seen few people, they are downloading the Dynamo scripts from here and there. They'll just go to the forum.dynamobim.com. I've seen they'll just go to the forum.dynamobim.com, and if I want to create like a ducts from a lines, they're typing duct from line. So they are getting duct line number, MEP fittings, add line with duct, whatever. So they are downloading the scripts from this, and they started playing with it. But it is working for the person who developed it, but it is not working for the person who downloaded and start using it. Do you understand? Because every concept, you should understand that there are a lot of like concepts would be there. So if then you can ask me, why don't you teach like how to convert a line to the element? How to convert a line to the cable tree, a line to the column, or what? No, my intention is very clear. So why you why you can't learn it in YouTube? Are you clear? So my concept is very clear. If there is a script which is explained in the YouTube for 30 minutes or 15 minutes, why you have to waste your time for that 15 minutes? It's not only your time, correct? 15 into 20 people in a batch. So it's like almost like a 300 minutes, and it's like killing your time. Is it clear? So I want you to, if you watch any YouTube video or if you download a script from somewhere, or if you got, if your company bought some sort of scripts to handle and they're looking for, I've seen many people when I'm sending, we are into the outsourcing company. We are an outsourcing company where you do outsource. We have done around like 90 plus people. We have sent 90 plus people into the companies. I'll explain you how the salary ranges as well. Okay, so the companies are hiring these people to handle the scripts itself. This is really ridiculous. I don't see, why, if they have a person who can develop something, why they have to buy it from somewhere else? And they are taking these people to handle those scripts. Do you understand? So in that case, you have a lot of chance to learn in your training hours, in your working hours, to be frank. So the companies are paying you for your learning, man. You're learning and implementing something where they bought it from somewhere, and you have to do it some stuff. Or else, if you have a chance to do, just go and work for it. once you enter into the BIM automation field, you will never sit into the boring traditional modeling and coordination concepts at all. You will be doing a different kind of a stuff. Understand? Will help you at the if you have our interviews, will help you after you join the companies. If you got stuck somewhere, we have around like 15 people in house, and any one of you will help you if you got stuck somewhere when you're in a office hours. Understand? This is our promise. So we are doing the same thing from past 2 years, and will continue the same. Okay, you have support, because if you are
Yes, sir.
you are a student, then we'll take care of your career completely. So you have invested some X amount for your training, you will definitely get it back if you really prove that you are a worthy candidate that I can send you to the companies, to my client. If I could share something, seriously, you'll be definitely in. Because you know what we are getting from the training, that's nothing. What we are getting from the, uh, I mean, while placing you, so that's a huge amount for us, and that is our main scope of business. So that is the reason we used to train the same concepts, the Dynamo concepts, for 15 hours as well. I can finish the same training in 15 hours, but why I'm taking like 40 to 45 hours to teach you? It's a completely like a spoon feeding. I hope you know, it's a very powerful keyword. It's called spoon feeding. Until unless if you have a 20 people in the team, if any one of a person is not able to understand, I'll give the second example. If you are a very slow learner and you started like not able to understand what I'm trying to explain, I'll give you the third example, fourth example. Until unless, Are Baba, I understand, leave me, please. Don't give any. I'll keep on giving you the examples. You understand? So that is the reason I need every day like a 2 hours of yours, okay, to settle your career. If you spend this 2 hours a day, you will you will get the best package like this. If you join any company, if you are acting like a modeler and you've been into again as a modeler, or else like you are enter into another company as a senior modeler, maybe you will get 10% or 15%, because I've changed many companies. I've changed many companies in a very short time. Okay, so I have seen only 10% or 15% maximum hike, since we are not from the IT background. I mean, if you change a company to another company, you can expect like sometimes 50 to 80% of the hikes. If you are in the IT industry, go and talk to any person who is in the IT industry. If they switch a company, the companies will not leave the candidate if they really wants to switch. They'll keep them hold for a very very like I mean, you understand. So now you are shifting from, you're switching from a non-IT to a IT sector. So your scale would be not 10%, not 20%, it's almost like 70%. Like you can expect like 40 to 75% for sure, because we are into the same industry. Okay, if you have any questions on this, if I'm lying, you can text me personally, I can show you the proof as well. Clear? So that's what, because I can't show this online, because it's going to be it's recording, and it's going to be on uh YouTube again. Okay, so due to some privacy issues, like I can't share here. So the salary range would be like, sometimes you can get the double as well, like 100% also. The people who are having like a 10 years of experience, the person having like a 2 years of experience, if they both joined for the same BIM, I mean like a BIM automation concepts, okay, the 10 years experience candidate will be getting the same thing as like a 2 years experience candidate, almost similar to it, because the companies will not consider your Revit experience. They will be consider your automation experience only. In that case, you 2 years experience, you are equal to, if you are having like 10 years of experience, you are equal to a 2 years of experience candidate. If you start, both of you started learning into the automation at the same time. Seriously, there I have sent up many people, those who have started their career, like he is having like a 3 years of experience. Now he is getting 9.5 lakh in India. With a 3 years of experience, you know how much you'll get. If it's a 30,000 per month, 30 into 12, it's 3.6 lakh package. But he is getting 8.5 to 9. Seriously, I'm not joking at all. Okay, so this is how the salary ranges would be in their automation, but it clearly needs your attention. I don't want you to skip any sessions. I mean, if you skip any sessions, since you are a working professional, that's fine. But you have to go through with the recorded videos. I mean, if you're busy today due to some project submission. So whenever you have a free time, just go and watch the recorded video. And if you have any questions, join in the next day and you can clear your questions. So in every day, 2 hours for the first 15 minutes. In the last 15 minutes, it's your time. You can completely take my hair off like from my head. Seriously, with your questions, whatever your queries or everything, harass me like anything. You are paying me some X amount to harass me. Let's literally uh, fix this in your mind. Array, I'm paying this X amount to harass Mr. Kumar. That's it. So come with your questions. Come up with your questions and get your answers done. To get your questions. I mean, if I'm not able to help you out, I'll show you the source, because if you are still in a if you haven't crossed that stage, I mean, like that levels. So I'll explain you. This is what Mr. Maruti. This is what Mr. Mayank. So this is going to be explained in the day 8. This is going to be explained in the day 9. But I don't want you to keep your mind in the confusion. So whatever you come up with, even though it is an advanced question, I'll explain that. I'll show you how to do it, and I'll get that like solution done. I'll provide you the script as well, and I'll explain in detail when that concept comes. For example, if you have a query, if you have a query, let's say this overview. Let's say if you have a query in the dot notation, but we are still at understanding the anatomy of the particular node. But still, I'll explain you this concept. I'll show you how it works, and I'll get that done as well. And then the same concept, the same example, I'll explain you. I'll explain it for you in the dot notation. Generally this training is supposed to finish in 40 to 45 hours, but sometimes it may cross 50 hours as well, because the people are coming with, once you crossed some stage after dot notation, you guys having a lot of questions, and you literally really like harass me. I used to pick the students. Array, leave with your questions, leave with your questions, let's discuss tomorrow. No sir, I want it today. And then I'll sit. The 2 hours training a day, it sometimes it went to 3 hours also. Ultimately, what I want from you is your attention and the way you're learning, and the way you understanding the concepts. So if you don't understand, I hate the people who said, yeah, I'm very clear with the concept, and they're not understand at all. Okay, so I'll come to know. I mean, I'll go and check with each and every part, every student in the training, like who is focusing, you know, who is doing this and who is doing that. If a person is not active, I'll come to know that. If a person is not active, I can understand he's a working professional and doesn't have a time. He has recently got some kids, so he's busy with. Okay, so I can understand. But from this part, at least the company started hiring the people, those who are having. Let me show you something. It's a it's sort of like a strange thing, but it's true. Let me open recent that opening. Not this. I think this one. Yeah. So there are few companies. Oh, not this one. Exactly. Not this one. These are hiring. There are 6 applicants for the Revit AP developer. There are only 6 applicants have applied. And because like we used to contact them for, like, we have a candidates, so we'll send you the candidates to them. Sometimes initially it will be like a contract. If they don't like to go with the contract, we'll send you your service. So there won't be no business from this, but there would be a connection. It's like, so Autodesk developer for company, Autodesk Revit developer, and they're paying a lot, and no one applied for this position. Seriously. So BIM developer and Dynamo expert Revit office, there are 2 applicants, 7 applicants. I have taken the screenshot like in the morning, and this was posted on 3 weeks ago. I mean, from the LinkedIn, I took this out. So there are 2 applicants applied for this. So why not it's you? Change your designations. If you've been for the same company, or whatever X company or Y company, if you've been into the same positions, you'll be getting the same salary, man. Don't you want to uh, get high your salaries? I mean, you have a personal commitments. Everyone have a commitments. So why don't you spend your time, spare your time on learning? Seriously, my promise is, if I feel really good, we have trained around like 600 plus candidates so far on the BIM automation and all the levels, and many developers. I mean, add-in developers. Okay. So out of this, we have placed only 90 to 100 students only. Like their employees, they've been shifted. Why? It doesn't mean like, I mean, these are the resources we have. We are catching these resources. We have a four uh, business development executives, those who are visiting in all the metropolitan cities, like in Bangalore, uh, in Hyderabad, in Delhi, and some other. Where is that? In Vizag. Okay, wherever we have a BIM companies, we are visiting the BIM companies and offering. We have a automation people we have trained, and they're very good at it. So to make that, to 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 stand on our words, the 15 hours training is not what, I mean, it's not at all enough for you to finish this. You understand? For that reason, we've been extending this 40 hours or 45 hours, and it'll extend till 50 to 60 also. By the end of the training, you should be very, very confident on. Let me mute. Okay, so by the end of the training, like you would be able to create any kind of a scripts. That's it. It's very clear. But if I train like 20 people, maybe 3 or 4 people would be experts, and the rest of the 15 to 16 people, it will take some time. But we'll be focusing on those candidates as well. After 3 months or after 6 months, we'll text them personal, like, are you getting any job offers? Are you looking for anything? So there is an opportunity at so and so place. If you are interested, we'll send you. So we'll be dealing the same, like always. You understand? Clear? So if you want to change your career, don't go here and there, and don't, I mean, if you're a senior modeler, don't join as a senior modeler again in another company for like the same package, or else like 10 to 15%. If a company is not paying you in time, only it's just giving you like a delay of like 5 to 7 days, the people are shifting the companies. Seriously, I've seen many people doing the same thing. If it is not exactly credited on the 31st, they're leaving it. They're leaving the companies. Not exactly. So look for your career. Look for your career. If you switch from one company to another company, from one designation to another designation, there must be a value for your switching. So in that case, this is the right decision you will take. Okay, keep in touch with me, Rajesh. Any opportunities? Do you have any opportunities? I'll be texting you. I mean, if you keep on texting that you're interested in it, so you'll be added into a database. Whenever the opportunity comes, we'll help you with an interview process. We'll help you with everything from the scratch. If the company is off,
Very, sir.
yeah, Pradeep, tell me.
Yeah, actually, I'm working as a civil 3D modeler. So, should it be useful for me also? Like in my company, currently there is a digital team, and they just provide us that kind of Dynamo script. So, as per your training, should it be useful for me? Means, should I learn something from this, and I have to write my own script for civil 3D?
Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Tomorrow I'm going to present
Yeah,
this in full. Okay, so it's a very clear. If you learn Dynamo, don't say it's a Dynamo. I do teach the visual programming concepts again, and yeah, it's recording, Abhishek. Okay, I'm teaching the forgot visual programming concepts. So the visual programming, in the sense, it's you can implement the same concepts in every. I did not explain anything in the work. I did not explain anything. So how to start with the Dynamo? These all the concepts are not for the Dynamo. The concepts what
okay,
you're going to learn, it is for the visual programming. So if you learn the visual
okay,
programming, even though you are not a Civil 3D user, you can play with it. If you are not a Format user, you can play with it. If you're not advanced steel user, you can, I mean, if you're a Revit guy, and someone, I mean, the person who is having like a I mean, advanced steel experience, and he wants to implement something and he got stuck somewhere,
yeah.
you won't help him.
My main reason to ask you is because from the starting you are totally focusing on Revit. So
You
that's
know,
why I feel that I
because
asked.
of the users, Pradeep. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
nice question. But compared to Civil 3D users, uh, we have a more users in Revit. It's not like 10% or 20%. It's almost like if the Civil 3D users are like 10%, the 90% we have a Revit users. So obviously, in a business perspective, I would always focus on the Revit. But
Yeah, fine.
I mean, the way you play with the Revit nodes, I mean, the nodes in the Dynamo in Revit and the nodes you have in the Civil 3D, the concepts are almost 99% they're similar.
Same.
So I do teach you
Yes.
exactly if you have a Civil 3D nodes, so you will come to know exactly how to understand the inputs and connect the same inputs exactly. Simple. So how to find these nodes exactly? Okay. How to find the nodes? Once you find the node, how to connect it? So where to connect it? If it is, I mean, for example, I have something. So when I connect this to this, it's giving a warning. So why it is giving you the warning? Tomorrow I'll explain you. Don't miss tomorrow's session. Today it's a
Sure,
clear
sure.
debate. Okay, today is just a debate. So that is the reason I haven't explained anything so far. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so tomorrow it's going to be like you're going to understand what is a API and how it functions and what kind of a methods we have in the Dynamo to play with. So what is the design script method? What is a node method? What is a Python method? I'll show you an examples. So I'll show you like how it has to be done using different methods. Is it clear? Those who would like, who are, I mean, trust me guys, don't treat me like you're like a trainer. Okay, I'll be a mentor. So a mentor is a very powerful like a role than a trainer. So we'll never lie. I mean, until unless we have a very, very good, very vast experience into this. Daily, I'll be sitting around 10 to like 14 hours only into this automation. It's been doing the same thing from past 6 years. So you can assume like how many hours of experience I do have. Understand? Because this is my business. It's our business. We are purely into the automation. We don't teach a Revit. We don't teach any people on Revit, and we are not a Revit training institute. We are not a CAD training institute. We are purely into the automation. We haven't posted so far like we are Revit training has started. We are doing it, a part of it, but it's not our primary business. So automation is our main business. Okay, clear? Clear, guys? So how to understand this? Date time slot from Unix time, that is expecting something, but you have connected something. What it is expecting and why you have connected this. So in that case, what it has to be connected with.
Hello.
And yes,
Uh,
yes,
do we have different course for geometry in
yes,
Dynamo,
Malik.
or it is included in that course?
It is not in our Dynamo training. That is
Like
for
you have said previously, no? Hmm.
yeah.
You have
That
said
is a
previously, no? For geometry, we. Hmm.
yes. That is somehow different because the these essential concepts are very, very important to play with the geometry. These concepts, the
Okay.
40 to 45 hours, I mean, and if you don't understand this 40 to 45 like hours of concepts, then you can't play with the geometry at all. The people who wants to play with this, I mean, if you are from architectural structure background, if you don't
Structure.
see, yeah, okay, whatever. So if you don't understand this 50 hours, 45 hours concept, then you can't play with the geometry at all. Even you can't place a columns without this 40 to 45 hours of training. You understand?
Okay. So there
So
would be a different course for that, no?
exactly, that is a different course for it. Okay, clear? So
Okay.
what
So
we are
after
going to,
that, you. Okay.
yes. So you have a 15 minutes time to clear your questions. So this webinar supposed to end here. Okay, so we started at 8:30. It's 9:30 now. Oh, you have a 30 minutes more. So if do you have any questions or do you want me to continue with my things?
I just want. I just want to ask that.
Hmm.
Do you teach after that, or it is included in that training?
No, that is a different training again. In the sense, after 45 hours training, there is a 20 or 50, I mean, I think it's 20 hours training it is. Okay, clear?
Okay, okay.
Okay, that is a 20
Oh,
hours training that I will be the trainer for it again. Don't worry.
Okay, you will be the teacher, na? You will be the mentor for that, no? Or somebody else.
Exactly. No, it'll be me.
Okay, then okay.
Clear? Yeah, fine.
Because
See the
Rajesh, I have
I
one
also
doubt.
want to learn from you.
great. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone, what is that? Someone, Mohan?
Yeah, Rajesh, I have one doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, Mohan, tell me.
How can I use this Dynamo in design field? Because I'm working in consultant, so I'm
Hmm.
designing this MEP services.
You
So
would
how
you would
can
have
I
a lot of
use
you
this
would have a
Dynamo?
lot of you would have a lot of formulas and other kind of a stuff, right? For example, from which field you are?
Yeah,
From which field you are?
mechanical,
Mechanical. You do the duct
mechanical.
calculations and everything, right?
Yes.
You will do the
Ventilation
duct
calculation, half
calculations.
calculation, everything is.
Exactly. So you can implement the same duct calculations
Hmm.
here as well. Clear?
Okay.
For example,
Then
if
how about the values and everything will be accurate or
everything
it's up?
exactly will be very accurate. Whatever you do,
Uh-huh.
the functions, you will be writing exactly
Hmm.
the same thing. For example, I'm going to
Hmm.
get the duct. Let me show you a very basic example since you are from the design experience. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, just note down your questions somewhere. I mean, once the Mohan query is cleared, then I'll come to your questions, guys. Okay. Meanwhile, just prepare if you have any questions in your mind. So I want to get the ducts first of all. Okay. So if I use
Okay.
like a category as, okay, my category is a duct. I want to get all the ducts here. Okay.
Hmm.
So all elements, I'm asking, I'm having like, I know the category. Can you please get all the elements of the particular category? So when I connect the category to category, because this output part should exactly match with the input part of the connecting node. Okay. So
Okay.
if here it is expecting category, then you must connect category only. If you connect
Okay.
something else, it will give you the warning. Clear?
Okay.
So I have a total 724 ducks. Not exactly. I want to
Mm-hmm.
go through with the level elements. So I want to finish.
Okay.
I want to get only the levels, or else let's go. Initially, I want to get the width of this, or else.
Hmm.
I have a like which one do you generally consider for your design
Sorry.
strategies? Generally,
Yeah.
which
For example,
parameter? Hmm,
if you are taking ventilation,
hmm.
the duct sizing I can calculate based on the velocity or head loss.
So velocity or head loss, huh? So
So
here it
yeah,
is.
you can consider the head loss zero point 0.8 or something.
Hmm. But this is sample model, no? I think we don't have any
Hmm.
velocities or assigned properly. Let's consider something else. Let's
Okay.
take something. Okay. So
Yeah. Okay.
this 400 width and 350 width. Okay. So I
Yes.
want
Okay.
to
Okay.
pull all the 400 width ducts and I want to assign
Hmm.
something. System type is also not defined, no? Let me check
Yes. Okay.
any. Yeah, here we have. So velocity, it's like a 3.70 ms. Clear?
Yes.
I want to
Okay.
pull
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the velocities of these elements. Let's
Hmm.
say get. Now you can use let me show you something. You can use our OpenAI to get this. Let me ask something here.
Okay. Hmm.
I'll ask this OpenAI to print. How to ask this? Hmm, how to retrieve the element
Hmm.
parameters
Hmm.
parameters in Revit Dynamo. Let me ask something.
Okay.
Let's see whether it can give you a sort of this thing or not. How to retrieve the element parameters in Revit Dynamo. So
Mm-hmm.
to retrieve the element parameters in Revit Dynamo, you can use element.getParameter something.
Mm-hmm.
So let me type exactly the
Okay.
same thing, element.getParameter or something. When I just copy this
Okay.
and when I paste here, so which is giving me sort of nodes. So I choose
Yeah.
one of a node out of it and then connect the elements
Hmm.
to it. And what is the parameter? Velocity. Correct?
Velocity.
So
Yeah.
string, I'll connect velocity here. I'll type velocity.
Mm-hmm.
I'll type velocity. And when I connect this to this, so which is giving all the velocities information.
Yeah.
Is it clear
Whatever
now?
available in the model.
Available in the model. So here it is.
Okay.
So I want to write a
Okay.
condition here. So I mean, forget about where I have the zero values. I want to pull all
Okay.
the values which are bigger than zero. Okay. It
Okay.
means they have assigned to uh, a system type. Correct? In that
Okay.
case,
Yes,
I will
correct.
be writing something here if it is bigger than, let's say, 1. If it is bigger than 1, so which is printing trues and false values. True and false
Yes.
values. So the first val is bigger than 3.88 is bigger than 1. So it is saying it's a
Yeah.
true. Correct? So the second element
Yes.
is also bigger than 1. The third one is also
Yeah.
bigger than 1. The first one, the third one, I mean the
Fourth
fourth
one
one
is
is not
0 point.
false. So
Point.
it's not
It's
bigger
less
than
than
1.
1. Yes.
So
Yeah.
I will be using a filter nodes. Filter nodes,
Okay.
I'll connect this to this and they'll get all the
Mm.
elements to it.
Okay.
So whatever the elements I have here in list, I have a two lists
Mm.
here. So in list and out
Okay.
list. Out list return the
Okay.
false. If you read the text next to it, items whose mask index is false. Is that
Okay.
clear? I mean,
Yeah.
if there is a false value, it will be in the out list. If it is a true value,
Yes.
it will be in the in list.
It should be there in list. Yes.
It will be in the in list. So I'll get this when I connect this. So out of 724 elements, 403
Mm.
elements are assigned to the system, to the
Okay.
different systems. Clear? Or else the velocity is
Yeah.
bigger than 1. Now exactly I want
Yeah.
to see the ducks which are having the velocity more than 3.5.
Mm.
Only 130 elements are there.
Yes.
Is it clear? Now I want to see all
Yeah.
those elements within a model. I want to
Mm.
see all the elements within the model, all the duct elements which are
Mm.
having high velocity in this stuff. Okay. So for what I do,
Okay.
element I want to apply element dot something like color.
Mm.
All right. Mm, color in view. So I have an elements and I want to apply color dot red or something. I'll
Mm.
apply color red to this elements. Now if I go and
Okay.
check, I can see that the ducts here in this model.
Yes.
Is it
Okay.
clear now? To filter this,
Yeah.
the same velocity elements, it will take a lot of, it's a time consuming thing. You have to go and
Yes.
check each and every duct, or else if you would like to go within the schedule and you have to sort
Mm.
it out and all this kind of. Now it's very easy. Now it's very easy. You can save this as a different view and you can give it your
Yeah.
modelers or coordinators. Just work on this.
Mm-hmm.
Just start your
Okay.
like design part from this stuff.
If
Is that clear?
okay. Okay. Yeah. Clear. Thank you. But another one more. If I want to make a tagging for the
You can
same,
do it.
which is mentioning the velocity, means we can make it in one shot with the programming, or how it will be.
See, tag by element. Tag by element. So if you have the tag,
Mm.
if you have the elements, so wherever the ducts which are having like a more velocity, like a 3 point or
Mm.
something. So where is the view? The current view is going to be the view, but it's a 3D,
View. Yes.
not exactly. If
Yeah.
I wish to
Yes.
play with the level one I mean this view,
Mm.
like floor plan.
Mm.
If I would like to connect this to this, so I'm having a views node. No, I have something like mechanical, no, HVAC duct plan.
Yeah.
So duct plan, I'll
Okay.
just connect this to this. And where are the
Mm.
elements? These are going to be the elements. And
Yes.
horizontal and add, what do you mean by horizontal? For example,
Yeah. This is the leader, or what it will be. The orientation
exactly,
of the leader.
orientation of the tagging. So do you want me to place this
Okay.
side or do you want me to place on this side?
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you
Yes.
want me to add a
Okay.
leader or not? Or it's not required? So what is a
Yeah, but
horizontal
we
element?
can use it, right? While these attacks are free and that everything we can make
You
it here,
can,
right?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So we will teach you exactly to focus on the input part. The inputs, it's
Okay.
very, very tough because you are not the owner of the actual script. Have
Yeah.
you designed this or no, right? Someone has designed it.
Yeah. No. Yes.
But
Yes.
in that case, how do you understand the inputs? There are 1, 2,
Mm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inputs are there. If you
Mm.
connect any one wrong input out of you, I mean, if you have done 90% of script, because of that
It
99%,
will not work. Yes.
it will not work. Because of that 1%, you did a wrong thing. You connected the
Okay.
entire thing is correct, but apart from that
Mm-hmm.
1%, it will not give you the right answer. Clear? So
But
I'll teach you.
if it is wrong, means
Then
it
you have
will
to
show
troubleshoot
some
it.
error, or because if you see
It
in
will give
C
you.
programming or something, if you are wrong, it shows some error, right?
Here also you'll get the same warning. For example, if I connect everything to this here, no, let me show you how the warning looks like. See now, it started giving the warning. And what is it warning?
Error warning. Okay.
There is a warning here. So what is it expecting? It is expecting the view. It is expecting a view. It is expecting the view. And the second one, that is expecting an element. And the third one, it is expecting like a Boolean. The fourth one is expecting Boolean and string, and some other stuff. So if it has a 5 inputs, it will give you what it is expecting. And you have to understand what it has to be connected. Simple. Okay. So understanding these terminologies is, it's a very, very important if you would like to, without any fail, if you would like to start something, then this is the general method, guys. Clear? I hope you clear. So I don't want to stretch
Yeah,
this
I
one
have
bit more. Yeah.
next now just I have a question. So can we colorize the ducts by using of velocity? See, zero velocity is one color and one velocity is one color.
You can do that. We have a color
For
palette.
using of the screen, for the using of screen script.
Not exactly. You have to write something else. So you have to give here, there is a condition. So what is that condition? If it is bigger than 3.5. But when it comes to the more conditions, if it is like bigger than 0, if it is bigger than so and so, then do this and apply this color and apply this color. You have to change the values. There will be
like
a sort
we need to make if class like that.
Exactly. Like you have to write a conditions, more conditions. If you have a like a 3.5, 2.5, 1.5, so 3.5 should be in a red color and 2.5 should be in a green color. So how many instructions you have given there? How many, conditions you have given there? 4 conditions, correct? 3.5, 2.5, 1.5, 0.5. So that 4 conditions has to be written exactly. So what do? I'll do the exactly copy paste. Simple thing, no? Can I? So this is the same thing.
Can we use linear condition or something?
Exactly.
Can we use that?
Yeah, we can. Otherwise, even 3.5 also is bigger than, this value is bigger than 3.5 and the same value bigger than 2.5 also. Correct? So you will be writing a different set of conditions like if the number is, let's consider this an x value. So x value should be bigger than 3.5 and should not x value again, and x should not be bigger than let's say 2.5. Let's say 2.5, and it should not be bigger than 3.5. For the next condition, we would like to write like this. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Is it clear?
But do we able to make automatic sizing of the services?
You can do that is a bit, you have to add many conditions, man. Don't you become lazy. Okay.
No, I'm just asking because if we have
No,
option
that is
means
possible.
sure I will try for it.
That is possible. Yeah. See if the
Because here
condition.
my modelers are making too much time to do the modeling. So
Yeah,
if it is possible means I will use this option.
We have developed some add-ons. Have you seen? You able to see Bimera? So we have developed some sort of an add-ons. We used to publish it before, like 6 months. From last 6 months, we are not publishing it because we are selling it. Okay. So all these add-ons were generated from the Dynamo scripts only. Okay. See now, this is a bigger. It's not bigger than 3.8.
One more. Sorry, last one.
Yeah, please.
But here you are considering all the disciplines, right? Architecture, mechanical, electrical, everyone is there.
Correct.
How you will manage the time for
Oh
the
my
class?
goodness.
Because
Seriously.
you are saying it's
Very
2
nice
hours.
question. Very nice question. Actually, I'm supposed to explain this. One more thing, guys. I'm not focusing on any architectural people, any structure people, any MEP people. Dynamo is for everyone. Okay. When it comes to the training, I don't take any, I don't have a partiality, or if we have a more MEP model, we have a more MEP guys. So let's teach only the MEP examples. Not exactly. I need an element, any element it is. Let it be any element. Okay, I need an element to explain that concept. Clear? In that sake, I will take only that particular example. If you ask me, Rajesh, for this example, can we take a structural element? I'll take the structural element and I can explain you the concept. My intention is to be explain that concept to everyone. Okay, since Rajesh, I want to know the same, like with MEP, electrical or plumbing, then I do give you the same example. Another example with the same concept. Clear? Clear, guys?
Clear. Okay.
Trust me,
Yes,
you
I
will
want.
you will never heard no from my in my learning at all. I'd never say no. So far, I haven't said no to anyone. And if a chance, I would like to motivate the people to learn themselves, but I will never dig
Excuse
anyone.
me.
Yeah,
Yes,
Can
sir. I want to ask you
you
something.
one person at a time, please. One
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
What I want to ask is like if we have we are working on MEP model, for example,
Mm.
and if we want to place diffuser or light fixture or or a socket on the wall, if I have a schedule, for example, and if I have a living room, I want to I want to place 4 socket in that, and if it is a kitchen, I have a specific kind of diffusers. I want to place 2 diffusers, and if it is it's a big hall, I have a schedule wherein it shows that 100 sprinklers shall be placed. So with the help of this schedule, can I place the number of light fixtures or like any MEP element without going to the model, without going to the view?
Sure. Yes, we can. That is possible. The only thing is, you're supposed to understand the logic, Mohammed. Okay. So what is the logic here? Generally, for every room we have a dose. Correct? For every room we have a door.
Yeah.
Generally, if I want to place any electrical fixture, what would be the height? Something like 1200. Based on the UK standards and US standards, it will keep on changing, like 1350 or 11 something 1200 or whatever it is. So again, it's supposed to place on the like this side, where not exactly the open the other side. So with a distance of like 150 or sometimes it's like a 200. True? Is that clear?
Yeah.
When you enter it, you should be able to access that switches. So you will be finding where the door is. So you'll get the point of the door. From this point, you will
Yeah.
take an offset on the. Now here you need an additional condition. If the door is on this side, if the door is opening on the other side. So we have a the door flipping. We have an option called door flip. So we will be getting, is it the door flipped or not? So if it is on, then it's supposed to place this side. If it is off, it's supposed to be on this side, either left or right. So this has
Yeah.
to be placed here. From this, it will check the other distance. Again, every 1.5 meter or like 3 meters, it's supposed to place a one more socket over there. If it has a
Okay.
bed, it will find the bed and it will close some sort. I mean, it will place a fixture which is close to bed, not backside to the bed. So it will be exactly
Okay.
maintaining like a 300, like 300 or whatever it is. So it has to place either this side or this side. So you can give, for example, you have a toilet. Everything is possible with help of your mind, your mindset, your logic. If you don't have a logic, you're very bad at logic, you can't automate anything. But trust me,
Yeah. Right.
I'll help you to get those kind of logics. Come up with me. I mean, the people who have been learned by us like 1.5 year ago, 2 years ago, they still come to me if they don't get the logic. Because daily we used to work on different number of logics. Do you understand? I'm working as
Yeah.
a film director for from another company. So they're purely into the design structure. They needs a lot of. I like sitting beside the people who are into the design part, because you'll get a lot of logics from them. Even though you are a modeler and you are getting like 40,000, a person who is a designer is getting like a 15,000. Go and sit and talk to him and grab the knowledge from them, guys. Do you understand?
Yeah.
No person is like worthy. I mean, it's not like the people are earning less, people are earning more. Not exactly. If you have your ideology, they have their own ideology. So if they are earning less, don't look them into a different perspective. Go and learn from them. Go and grab the knowledge from them. So even though I used to chit chat, I'll go and eat for pani puri with the designers, even though I'm an owner of a company, because they keep on sharing their knowledges and we'll try to automate it. So once it is automated, that is our business. And in now, you understand what I'm trying to say. So I mean, if the business is supposed to come, it can be come in any perspective. Fine. If you have a
Yeah.
bathroom here, so there is a water closet. There is a water closet. So next to the water closet, I need a hot water system. I need I'm telling that if this I mean like a restroom is bigger than like 150 so and so, okay, it's a the square I mean area which is like bigger than 150, then place a bathtub, then place a heater on the top of it, and place a water closet with a hot water system and cold water system. If it is a normal toilet like it's a staff toilet or something, just place a water closet and a base, I mean like a sink, is a like wash basin. So how do you give
But
the instruction?
one doubt.
Hmm.
If it is workable only for the typical toilets or high-rise typical buildings, or it will
No,
work
no, 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 no.
anywhere.
This keep, for example, in the level one itself, you have a number of master bedrooms, number of master toilets. You understand in one floor completely.
Hmm.
So if you're dealing like a
Hmm.
commercial, the hotels, or they do have a staff
Hmm.
toilets, and this toilet is like which is like a 70, the other toilet which is like a
Hmm.
60. This another is a small
Yeah.
toilet which is like a 40. So it won't work
Yes.
exactly if it is a 70 only. So it will based on
Hmm.
this, you will write a condition. You'll be writing a
Okay.
condition. If it is between like a 50 to 100, do this. If it is bigger than
Okay.
150, then consider it is like a master toilet and place all this. So you will be giving the
Hmm.
instructions to it. Clear? So
Okay.
even though you are from a
Yeah.
design background, the Dynamo will help you a lot to understand
Hmm.
your stuff. The qualification you do have, it's a logic, nothing else.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
Okay. So
Is that
yeah,
clear?
one more
Yeah.
thing I'll ask you. Just tell me it's possible or not.
Hmm.
I just model complete a sprinkler system
Hmm.
with a 3 meter ceiling.
Hmm.
After the completing of the modeling,
Hmm.
this architecture guys they change the ceiling to 3.2,
Hmm.
and some it's in ground floor 3.2 and first floor it's 2.8 or something. How
Hmm.
come I will segregate by parameters, or I need to make a separate
Uh,
scripting for these things?
it's $1 million question actually for most of the people. Okay, but we have a solution. Like for every element, for example, let's take lighting fixtures only. Let me turn off this and lighting fixtures. Let me turn it on. When I select this, see, this is not associated with any level because the same
Hmm.
problem with the same the architect. These idiots, I mean,
Yes.
I'm
Rajesh.
not sorry.
No,
Tell
no
Yeah,
me.
problem, no problem. Just take it. Go ahead.
I'm just trying a logic. Just please explain, will that work or not? Because the
Yeah, yeah,
sprinkler is
it
it's a
works. Let
hosted
me
element.
let me explain
It's
you.
a hosted element.
Hmm.
So if I will create any any kind of condition which is associated with the ceiling, so based on the ceiling height, the sprinkler will automate
That's what. Just give me some time,
the
Ashish. Ashish, that's what I'm explaining. Just give me some time. Okay, I understand your question. So here we have one, I mean, here it is showing it's like a host, which is saying not associated. And there is no schedule level assigned to it because the ceiling has moved from 3000 to the 3200 or to 2800. In that
Anything? Yes.
case, we have a node called by ray bonds. So what
Okay.
it is asking
Okay.
for us, so where is the origin point? So this I'll
Hmm.
extract the origin point of this. So it will give you XYZ value of it. It means like
Okay.
select model element. I'm not showing you the complete script since we don't have a time. If you guys
Yeah,
are
no
keep
problem.
on trying to ask some more questions. So when I select this, so get location. I want to get a location of this element. Okay, I want to get a location. So when I get this, it's getting the point information. When I hover the cursor, did you see that it is asking for the point, correct? So I can connect this point to this. Now, in which direction you want to go through it? In Z direction, correct? In a Z direction, not X, not Y. It is in a Z direction. Why? Why? I mean, don't ask me like why. If it is this is a red
Oh,
line, it's
because
an
it is.
X. Red line, let me finish it off, Mohan. This is an X direction. The green is a Y direction. The blue is in a Z direction. So if it is a height matter, the Z direction. Okay. So where is the view element? Like I have to connect the particular 3D view and then which category you want to place with. So I want to find the nearest one, which is like a ceiling, which is a ceiling, which is a ceiling. So when I connect the ceilings to it, it will find the close ceilings. Then what are the elements that are having not associated we have to fetch it out and then connect to the closest ceilings. Simple. Is it clear? So that is possible. You will be learning this in the training. Don't worry. Clear? Clear?
I have
Yeah.
I have
One
one
question.
doubt.
One question regarding this recorded session. I'm not in India and I have a time difference of 4.5 hours. Is it
Okay.
possible that in some case I miss some of the things?
Yeah,
I
you
could
can.
get it
Every day
after 3-4 hours.
you will get the recorded session in 2 to 3 hours itself. I mean, it will be like posted on like into a private platform. So you have an access. So and that
Yeah.
access would be a lifetime. And not only for that, for example, if you don't want to go through with uh like recorded sessions, so I don't generally prefer any recorded sessions anymore. So there are few guys who've been into this watching the recorded videos as well. But still, if you wish to join again, you can join after 1 year also, after 2 years, n number of times. There is no restriction. Clear?
Yeah. Okay.
Clear?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. So if you are interested,
I have
me on WhatsApp so
I
that
have
I can
one.
enroll your name. Yeah, Bino. Tell me, Bino.
Yeah, actually, we have coordinates in Excel sheet.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so according to that, we have to place one my family into the layout. Is it possible?
Yeah, let me show you that. Actually, that's supposed to explain tomorrow. Anyway, since you asked me, let me show that. Um, let me show that. Is it here? Yeah. If you see this, if you can see this, what happened, man? Yeah. We have the same example, like we have a points in an XY in an Excel. Placing elements using the CAD, or else this is with the help of a CAD. So what we have done, if you are aware of the CAD, there is a process called data extraction. If you ask this
Yeah,
question, I
yeah,
hope you are aware of this methodology as well. What does a data
yeah,
extraction
yeah.
do? If there is a block, so it will give you the midpoint of the particular block, and that blocks will be exported into the Excel document, and that Excel will be connected into the Dynamo, and it will place the elements automatically. If you notice this, see there are no elements. Did you see that? There are no elements here. Clear? There are no elements here. And there is a node called family instance dot by point. So it is expecting what kind of a family type you want, what kind of a family you want to place it. So I want to place this L1 lighting fixture, or else I want to place a sprinkler, or else I want to place a diffuser or heat detectors or whatever it is. Okay. So I have connected, I will be choosing the family type from this, and it is asking for the points, and the points are coming from a Excel. So I will be extracting the Excel information connected to this X value and Y value and the Z value. Is it clear now? So when I connect this to the point, and then it will understand and it will place the points. I mean, it will place the elements within that points. If you don't have a ceilings also, it will work. If you want to place with our hosted, then also it would be possible. Is it clear? So there, see if
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
exactly placed on the top of the like a CAD document. Clear?
Excuse me?
Yes, Moshe.
Yeah, Shahid here. I just want to ask, can you
Hmm.
simply explain a simple example using Revit, just
Hmm.
like how I can place wall using Dynamo, multiple walls of the same height, or multiple
Same thing.
columns, or
To be frank, it is very, very easy. If you are maintaining a proper CAD standards, let me explain you what is a proper CAD standard. Okay, so let's consider this is my CAD Mujahid. Okay, so this is my CAD.
okay.
So sometimes what happen, while the people draw this, so the length of, I mean, the width of this, it's like a 300 wall, and the other hand side it is a 305 or 295. The tolerance. So
Hmm.
it's not a straight line. In that case,
Hmm.
it's a bit tough to understand. In that case, the wall will be like in a cross state. Like
Hmm.
it will be having some sort of a slants. So you can add that tolerance into it. Now I will be converting. We have a let me show you that. Let me I'll just go to one floor plan, crop view. We have already, you don't need to write from the scratch. Okay, I mean it won't take even much time as well. If I draw a line here, if I have a lines like in this AutoCAD file or whatever it is. So I want to convert this line into a wall. Let me ask the same thing. Wall dot by curve and height. See, I have a node to directly play with. Is it? So select
So
model element.
these both are in different files. How they are connected to each other?
Both are in the different files means.
Means how? So this line is connected to this Dynamo right now. Is it?
Hmm.
How is it connected to this?
That is logic. You got that element ID. This is a Revit element now. So you have to
Okay,
convert.
yeah. So it's ID for that specific wall or a line.
Exactly. So this is an element ID. So now this is a Revit element now. You have to convert that into the Dynamo element first. So how do we connect that element dot curve? So element dot curve. When I connect this element, now this is a Dynamo element. So where the links with? Is it clear? So here I have a line start point and end point. Now when I connect this curve to this and it is asking for the height. So let's consider 4000 is a height. So height is a number, no? So I'll place a number and I'll change this. I'll set the number to 4000. I'll connect this. At which level you want? I'm on a level 1 actually. So I'll connect levels to this. In the level 1 I want to draw. So level 1. And what wall type you want to go with? So I'll connect the wall types. Exterior something. Wall type to this. Now I can see the wall has placed automatically. Clear?
So on a line, you have placed a wall using Dynamo.
Yes. So if you have the
So
lines from
if
the
I
AutoCAD,
am not placing any line, how I can directly place a wall? Because
uh,
if I'm going to place
okay,
line
I
in
understand your
complete
question.
model, so how is it possible for me? Then I'm going to delete that elements, line elements or line
For
model.
example, you don't have a selection property. Let's say rectangle. I want to create a rectangle by width and length. So before that, I have to change this the project units from mm to meters. Okay, it's taking some time. Rectangle, not by plane width. What is it? The one what I have deleted it. Rectangle dot by width and length. So I have placed something here. Where is it? Yeah, here. So I'd like to. It's going to be like 5 width and 5. It's a length. Is it clear now?
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
make it. Let's make it 15 or something. So this is a rectangle now. I have a curves here. So what do? I will be connecting this curve. I have to explode this. I have to explore this. I mean, if I can connect directly this to this, it's giving the warning. Since you have the lines to it, still it will give you the warning. So I have to explode this. So topology, like we will be using some sort of a nodes to like geometry.explode. Okay, so when I connect this to this, it will give you the curves now. So when I connect the curves to this, it has created 4 walls.
So why you need a curve to draw a wall? Isn't it by the rectangle
Where
or
is the
some
logic,
other?
Mujahid? Where is the logic behind it? If you need
Hmm.
something without there is a
Hmm.
proper idea, without there is a layout,
Yeah.
how can you design something? Do you understand?
Hmm.
Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Without a reference, how can you draw something? If you are not an engineer, if you're not a modeler, okay, you
Hmm.
are just a modeler, you don't have an engineering inputs. How can you draw something without engineering inputs? True. So it needs something to be as a reference. So based on that reference, we'll be drawing it. Even though
Okay.
you don't have
So
a
is
reference, you have to feed
Dynamo
it.
is a part of Revit software or we download it separately?
No. It's a part of it. It's an inbuilt. If you go to the
Yeah,
manage tab,
I have a Revit software, but it is right now in
you
front
have
of
a
me.
manage tab.
But there is
See,
Yeah, manage tab.
manage tab. In the last panel, visual programming panel, there is a Dynamo. Clear?
Okay, let
So
me see.
tomorrow I'll explain you all this. Attend tomorrow as well.
Oh,
Okay? You'll
fine.
come to know how
Yes.
to
I
understand
have
this
a
stuff.
last question.
Yeah, please.
So what
Why
we are
the rest
working
of
on,
people are not asking Pranshu, Praveen, Priyanka, Ram, and Pradeep? Only these guys are
Uh,
asking. Oh,
Rajesh,
don't you have? Yeah.
Rajesh, yeah, I have a question. Let's say you are saying no, the basic is concept and basic is what to do and how to do. But still, sometime when you know what to do and how to do, but now you are very much expert and you are you know what command you need to write or what
Very
node you
well.
need to search, so which will solve your problem. But how I will know which node to search? Because unless I know what to search, I cannot search anything. I have a
Very
logic,
good.
but I don't know what to search and where to search.
Very, very, very good question. Okay, there is a, let me show you this. If you have done with this, the data types concept, okay, if you understand the data types concept, let me explain one by one. If you understand the data type concept, you will be knowing that what to connect exactly. If you understand the anatomy of a node, you will be coming to know that if you have connected something wrong, it will prompt you something like a warning or an error, and you will be coming to know that how to resolve it. By understanding the node behaviors, you will come to know or a idiot if you do this, even though you have followed exactly the two states in a 100% right way, it will give you the different uh like a like what do you say exactly, it will give you the different colors. I mean, like if you, I mean, if your kid is expecting something and if you have not brought that when you go, when you are from the office, so she will change her mood, right? So exactly the same thing happens within the scripts also. It will change its colors automatically, so you will be knowing that. So node states, node state, it is not like Karnataka, AP, Telangana, it's not like. For in when it comes, these all are like programming concepts, guys. So I have segregated in the visual pro, I mean, I have I have redesigned this entire thing from a programming, from a coding to the no coding. That's it. Is it clear? When it comes to the training, you'll thoroughly enjoy it. Trust me, it's my promise. You will never feel get bored. I mean, like how you have sit today for this 1.5 hour. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you people bore, and so sorry for it. Okay, if you haven't bored today, and you will never feel bored every day till the end of the trainings, because I don't teach a concepts here and there. So today if I explain the concept, be going you will not going to cover this concept again in any of the training. So I have fixed this concept only for today. Is it clear? So I'll not explain some concept, I mean, some part of a concept today and some sort of a concept and the fourth day or fifth day, not exactly. Today the concept is explained. If you have missed today's session or tomorrow's session, then not a problem. Then not a problem. You can go through. I mean, you can join on the fourth day. You can join on the fifth day without having any questions in your mind. You can able to understand because every day the concept which is not related to the previous day concept. You no need to have that kind of a fears in your mind at all. Okay, Array, I missed like last 2 days. If I join today, should I able to understand today's concept? Don't don't keep that out from your mind. Okay. So there is a dot notation concept. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have done this dot notation concept, you will be knowing that how to play with the dots in the coding, the dots in the coding, and this is the entire heart of this, the process. The entire heart of the process is a dot notation. Okay. So the data types and the dot notations are very, very important. So execution types. By learning this, you will be knowing how to execute something and like what kind of like, I mean, the script should be played in a periodic or an automatic or manual. If by mistake, if you open in a script in a automatic mode, kalas, it's like digging your own this thing. Understand? So that list management, lacing strategies, filtering, and design scripting, every concept will lead you to understand like how to play with the nodes, how to find the nodes. There is a no, there is a process called node finding. Node finding. Let me show you that. Do we have that here? Control F. Node finding alternative. I think I'm not able to search something here. Yeah, alternative node alternative something. So there is a concept called alternative node finding. So how do you search for a node exactly? So there are some techniques to search within the node library here. So I will be teaching you those okay, I'm so sorry. Someone has texted me and I'll leave it. Okay, so you will be what is that? What I'm explaining? So sorry. Yeah, the node finding concepts.
How to find the node?
Find the node
How to
concepts.
find the node?
Node concepts. So there are 5 different strategies. The 5 different strategies. Okay, so you will be learning these 5 strategies in the training. After that node finding concept, you will have like some sort of a maturity to how to ask a question, how to find a node. That comes with an experience. It doesn't need a 1 year of experience, or 6 years of experience, 10 years of experience. If you understand the concept, that 1 day experience is more than enough to ask what do you need exactly. And that is very, very easy again. Trust me. Clear, Mr. Ashish? Clear, Mr. Ashish? Finding the node is
Yeah.
very tough. Once you find the node and how do you connect, and you will be taking the decision, is it the right node which I'm actually looking for. For example, I have an element here. Let's say I have an element here. I want to get the location of this element. So what do? I'll type a location. So it's giving me a lot of nodes which contains the set of the text in it. So site location. So I'm not able to connect this to this. I think this is not a right node. Apply your common sense. OSM.location. Okay, it is expecting file path, but I have an element here. So this is not the right one. So when I connect this to this, okay, it is expecting a location, but I'm having an element here. Of course, I do need a location, but it is asking for the location. If you connect a location to it, it will give you the latitude value. If I connect a location to it, it will give you the latitude value, or it will give you the longitude value. So when I connect this to this, okay, I am having an element. So when I connect this, okay, it will tag the element by element and the location. So this is not the one, the right node if I want to get the location information. Do you understand? So how do you find it? So you will be adding some sort of a keywords in the before the location or after the location, or you have to add some sort of a syntax before the location or after the location. So these kind of a techniques will be explained during the training, not in the demo session. Please kindly don't mind my wrong. Okay, I can't explain you everything during the training. I mean in this webinar itself. Clear, Ashish? It comes
Okay,
with
sir.
your
Got
experience
got
after
it.
you're done with the training part. Clear? Fine. So
Okay, sir.
yeah.
Yeah, Rajesh, I have.
Yeah, Pradeep.
We do such kind of a task like I have an alignment of a 1 kilometer and I want to put some electricity poles at a particular distance. So should it be possible to do such kind of task with this
Why
kind of
not?
scripts?
Why not? Let's see. Let's consider it's not like a straight line, it's going to be the curve. Let's say sometimes like roads would be in a curve shape or whatever it is. So let me get into this. Where is this dynamo? Oh, where is that? Oh, it is here. So after this, I have to explain some of the training program and no more questions, please. Select model element. Select model element. So when I connect this, so this, I'm sorry, select model element just selected here. So I have an element here. Let me remove this rectangle. For the, I don't want this. It has already placed the walls. I think I forgot to show you. But anyways, that's not a. Oh, I have this line somewhere. Let me delete this line too.
Yeah.
Where is that element dot? Oh, I haven't selected it. So element dot curve. So I have selected something. Which one I have connected it? Anyways, let it be element dot. Just give me a second. Why it is acting weird? Let me go with a new document. Select model element. When I select this, oh, I think it has some point information over there. Okay, element dot cus. Element dot element dot cus. Whatever it is, either you can use this or you can use that. So I'm having a curve here. So there is a node called point at parameter. Point at parameter. So when I hover the cursor on this, which is showing that get a point on the curve at a specified parameter between start parameter and the end parameter. So parameter in the sense it's not like a mark parameter, common parameter. So when it comes to the geometry, the parameters will call it as like a 0 and 1. If you are into the architecture, you will come to know this. So this is expecting the values from like if it is a start value, it's a 0, the other end value should be, it's a 1. So I want to start with something like with a 0 and it has to end with a 1 with, I need 20 steps to be segregated. So 20 steps, see, which is taking a thing, and I connect this to this. And when I connect this to this, which will give me the number of equal points. Did you get this now?
Okay.
Did you get this?
Yeah.
Now I can see the same points within the Revit also. Now,
Revit
what I want to
also.
do exactly, I have to download let's take a transformer or something. Family instance.byPoint for the time being. So I have the points information because I have a points already. So family types, if I have a lighting pole or whatever it is, so I can select the lighting pole family here. For now, the time being, I'll just go with the transformer. I want to place a 15 kV transformer instead of a pole. If I go and see, there are almost like 15, 20 transformers were placed. Got it?
Exactly.
So if you notice this, so yeah.
You have given the example in Revit, but my question is related to Civil 3D. But I think the same script should be used in Civil 3D also.
In the Civil 3D as well. In the Civil 3D. But if you are good at Civil 3D, if you want to be good at Civil 3D, you have to be good at Dynamo geometry. This is purely into the Dynamo geometry. Okay.
Yes.
So
because I have means I know what I want from means what are my problems in Civil 3D. So I just want to solve that kind of problems with Dynamo. So I'm aware what kind of logic should I need, but still I don't know how to use that logic in Dynamo so that it will make or reduce my time.
Harass me during the training, not a problem. I'll teach you.
Yeah.
So if you are aware of this like contents, then it is very easy. Then it's very easy getting a point, like playing with all this stuff. It's very, very easy, to be frank. But the people are having something like when they are pursuing like engineering engineering days, they are scared of the C programming language. And I hate the C programming. Again, why I'm earning like 1 lakh per month now. Why should I learn that boring C language again? Why I have to learn Python language again? Python is a very, very easiest language, but not in the level 1, in the level 2. Is a very easiest concept it is. Easiest language it is. If you have a kid who is like studying like a 6th standard or 7th standard, both of you can come and sit and learn. Better than you, your kid will learn much faster. That easy is a Python is. Tomorrow I'm going to show you some examples. Don't worry. Don't miss the tomorrow session. Okay? Clear? So
sure.
After that you take
Hello, Rajit.
Yes.
Yeah, I would sorry to interrupt. Actually, I would like to add some point in this example. Actually, I faced some issues with this placement of the poles in the metro, what you can say, tunnels. Metro viaducts. So actually, what was the issue? I spare so much time in placing the poles, but when it comes to the elevation, then it was not possible. I spare so much time, but it's not possible with me. So can we change the elevation and provide the proper elevation to the points which we have get?
No. It is not a matter of elevations. We generally called as a plane. We generally call it as
Okay.
a planes. For example, let me take the same thing. Actually, the transformer should not be placed in this point. I mean, in this phase. So that has to be rotated in a like this. Understand?
Okay.
So the
Fine.
next one should be rotated like the other phase. So
Clear.
exactly like the way it is. This is what I think you are asking for. To change this.
No, actually, not about this point. Actually, I was actually see if the one transformer is kept at 1 meter height,
Hmm.
and second I need to keep at the 1.2 meters, and
You
third I
can
need to
change
keep
it.
again 1.2
You
in
can
Every
like
transformer has a different elevation.
then
yes.
it's
So how we can feed the datas of the elevations to the Dynamo, and
let me show
is
you.
it possible?
Yeah. Why not? Let me show you now right away. Where is my dynamo? Where is my dynamo? I am not able to get this. Is it somewhere got stuck? Array, come to the picture, buddy. So where is it? All space M. All space M. Why I'm not able to get that? Perfect. Okay, let me do one thing. Where is this dynamo? Yeah, thank God. I got this. Okay. So I have a number of elements here. So I want to assign this heights accordingly. So for the first element, the height is elevation is it's like a 1 meter or something. Correct? It is like at
Yeah.
0.0942. And some other element, it is like again, everything it's at a same thing. I want to place all these elements with a different height. So I have a
Yeah.
like a I have like a from 0 to with the height of 2 meters, with the height of 2 meters, and I'm having like a let's say 20 elements. So I have a 20 different heights. So what I would like to do is if I mean the first element at 0 and the second element at 0.1 and the third element would be 0.2. Is it clear?
Clear.
Let's say, or
Yeah.
else not exactly. Let's do it shuffle. I want to shuffle those values to it. Now the first element would be at 1.36 height. You have to connect this manually. Okay, based on your requirement. Based on your requirement.
Can we
Or
use
some
Excel
people
also, right?
from the Excel also. You can take these elements from the Excel
Okay.
also. For some people, when the topography comes, if the topography like this, it's like a slopes. Here, it's supposed to take from here and it has to place 1 meter. So from this height, it's supposed to place like 1 meter. If it is considering this height, the panel would be here. The panel would be again here. It's not exactly 1 meter. So there is a different heights. In that case, you will be taking the topography points using a dynamo and then connect that to the Revit elements. So here, set parameter by name. Set parameter by name. So these elements supposed to be connected this to this, and parameter name is elevation from level. Elevation from level. So after seeing this demo today, I mean, do you feel is that tough to learn this dynamo? No,
No.
right? It is very easy.
Yes.
So when I connect
In the
this,
starting, it's little bit means not to say
it
tough,
would be
but
there. It would be there. Let me set the offset also, because I want to change that offset also. So elevation from level, and I want to change at the same time offset from host as well. Control C, Control V. So I want to maintain the offset from host, which is like a 0. So if I go back and check, now I can see. Oh, okay, fine. When it started creating, let me the same elements to be played with, disconnect all the stuff and disconnect this to and reconnect this to this. So it's supposed to set what happened to this. Run completed. First I have to set this offset from host, and then offset from host should be 0 from this element. The value should set to this 1.2 something now. So when I execute this, are crazy, don't do this. Sometimes it acts weird because I think there is something went wrong with. Sometimes Dynamo acts weird. Okay, I mean, let me save the script. Exactly, testing. Okay, let me close this and reopen. I have to open the same file again.
Oh,
So now when it is
okay. In the
when I
no
connect with
worries, no
this,
worries. Yeah.
okay,
If
it's
you can
happened.
add this point in the yeah, tomorrow's session, you just
Mm.
add this point and one with one more example that the how can we take the data from the
No,
Excel
tomorrow it's
for the
completely tomorrow. Okay. Hey, it's very tough. Expanding from the example, you will be I mean, from the Excel, you will be learning in the training. Before you
okay.
understanding the Excel concept, I mean, if you wish to
Hmm.
show me an example, I can show you. You bring an
Yeah,
Excel file
just
instead of my Excel.
oh,
Okay. You can share me the
okay,
transfer link and during the training, I'll just do it for you. Clear?
sure.
Kumar, I
Okay.
Sure.
have one query.
Yeah, Shafil. Yeah, Faisal.
Okay,
Yeah,
Rajat, thank you.
yeah. I want to. Today is just our like Q&A session. Like from tomorrow, you will start from the scratch. So I'm a bit confused.
No,
Yeah.
Faizi. Actually, today it's
Yeah.
not our training started. So this is to bring
Mm-hmm.
a sort of an awareness to the people who are like after this, this is management nation. Like most of the people, they're
Mm-hmm.
not aware of like how to start with. Okay. So this
Okay.
will not be
Okay.
a training at all. Okay. Even
Okay.
it's better if you understand this. So from
Mm-hmm.
like tomorrow, after tomorrow there is a very important session. It's like
Yeah.
how to play
Yeah.
with the Dynamo and most of the people clouds will be clear tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
after that they'll take
Okay.
a decision. I mean, they'll come to know the trainer capabilities and everything in
Okay.
tomorrow's session. And I mean, the management is expecting few more enrollments. There are 5 seats left. There are 5 seats left
Okay.
actually. Okay, for to get those 5 seats. So we have conducted this. Clear?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Clear?
so
No?
much.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Rajesh, I have one question.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah, every software has some limitations, either Revit or Civil
Tomorrow.
3D.
I'm going to explain you
Yes.
tomorrow about the limitations.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So can we overcome
Yes,
by
you can.
using of Dynamo that limitations?
Yes, you can. See, for example,
Okay.
this is going to be explained tomorrow. If you're very new to the programming, then you're supposed to learn the Dynamo first. Clear? So still the
Yeah.
Dynamo has some sort of limitations. It can't do some sort of an actions without by itself. Okay. You can't find some sort of a nodes as well. It can do only 60% of regular tasks. If you are a beginner, you can expect like 90% of workflows. If you're very good at this, like you're a Dynamo user from last 6 months, then you will start realizing, okay, you can't do some sort of stuff with the Dynamo. Then you have to take a second level. It's an Iron Python. If you can't find a node, then you have to learn this Python language, and then this 60% can become 80%, not again 100%. So if you are a beginner, you can expect 100%. So after like playing with the same Revit API for like 6 months or sometime, you will realize that okay, I can do only 80% of workflows. Is it clear?
So it
So
depends on the complicated task, right?
exactly. Okay. So this is not a magic tool which gives you everything. That's a very bad statement. If anybody told then don't do it. I can also say for my admission, I do that. You can do this. Once you admitted, once you have joined into a training, no, I can't say that. No, this is not possible because it's a wrong mentoring. I don't want to do that. You understand? So there are some limitations in the Dynamo. Whether you will come to this for learning or not doesn't matter. I should say the right thing. I don't give any false commitments or false statements at all. Okay. Because you will carry the same thing to some other guys. So that keep on circulating within your industry. You understand? I don't want to let it happen. So it's very clear. There are some limitations. I'm going to explain it tomorrow. Clear?
Okay. Yeah,
Clear?
clear.
The possibilities of everything. So the people who are already like interested after today's demo, okay, today's webinar, if you're interested, please enroll, because if you haven't enrolled now, So that would be a problem. Like you can't, I mean, you have to wait for 1 more month. And in that month, maybe I can't be the trainer for you to explain the same strategies, or else there would be a delay in the training also. Like, I mean, if I'm not taking the sessions from the next month, you have to wait for 2 to 3 months until unless we hire another Dynamo trainer. So we keep on trying from last 2 months. I couldn't find any person who can teach exactly like similar to me. They're lagging very concepts. Okay, so let's see. I'm sure, pretty sure I'm not going to be the handle this training from the next batch itself. Okay. So if you are interested to join this training, and this is after your office hours, if you miss the session, you will get the recorded videos. If you have any queries after 1 year, I can solve. I mean, I can comment live. And if you have any interviews, I can help you out. If you joined already company, and if the company, I mean, if you're, I mean, if in that interview process also, if the company is expecting I mean, if it's company offering that 9 or 10, whatever it is, I'll help you out to make sure I'll understand. Okay, this company can pay up to 15, but we are agreed for a 9. Okay, because we are dealing with most of the companies. We've been in touch with almost like every company. So in the Bangalore itself, like we have the 235 companies. I contacted everyone. So if they need any like automation people, they'll directly come to us because we are offering for them for free of cost or less than what the industry is paying. Okay, that's a business strategy. So take this as a thing, and if you'd like to, if you spend something like 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 on a training, so you will get that 10 times for sure, and it's my promise. Clear? Clear? So if you have any questions, still you can keep it till tomorrow, or else I'll give a chance for one more question. If you have any one more.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yes. Mohan, you're on mute again. Sorry. I muted you by mistake.
Yeah, in Iron Python, actually, you were someone used to teach the editing of the scripts. But here, what will cover? It's like complete coding language, or it's only the script editing
Okay.
to use
Anyways.
Dynamo?
Okay, fine. In Dynamo, it's 80% of Dynamo and 20% of coding. Okay. And in the Iron Python, it's 100% coding. Let's consider 90% coding and 10% Dynamo. Why? Because after this, the 10% concepts is part of this.
Okay.
Understand? If you don't have this knowledge, you can't play with this 10% as well.
Okay.
Clear? And this is not for you at all.
Okay.
This is not for you at all. Okay? Clear?
Okay.
Okay.
So we have to
So
go step by step.
Yeah, with Vetri, if you wish to go with the fee structure, then text me personal so that the fee has to be disclosed tomorrow itself after the training. So if you wish to learn, I mean, if you wish to know now, then text me personally so that I can share you the fee structure. It's not that in a lakhs. It's a very small amount. Okay, it's not that small amount as well. Okay, you have an EMI option to go with. Okay, I mean, you have a 2 installments to go with, not a that. I mean, once you have, I mean, no, Viraj, no, it's not for Civil 3D. If you learn the Dynamo concepts, you can implement the same concepts in Civil 3D as well. Okay, so when it comes to the fee structure, so if you pay like 50% in the beginning, you can until unless the training finished, we will not let you poke you till the training ends. Okay, clear? So we don't bother you like for the fees and nothing until unless the training. I mean, you can pay like 2 days before the training finish. Clear? Text me on WhatsApp. I mean, if you reach through a LinkedIn or whatever, you can text me on LinkedIn. If you come through with a WhatsApp, you can text me on WhatsApp. Trust me, but you will be having really a wonderful training, and it is my promise. I'll make sure. I mean, I'll make sure because I do teach the concepts like I do treat you like you'll be like very new to this, and I'll treat you like a 10th class kids. Even though your manager doesn't matter for me, you are new to this concept. I will be treating you like a very fresh. Okay, clear? Clear, everyone? Shall I take a leave for now, or do you have any other questions to ask?
Yeah, clear, Rajesh. We'll see tomorrow from the
Yes.
class.
Yes, Jemna, that's my number. Now it's my number 9160567890. It's my number, Pranshu. You can take it from this. Okay, so let me type my number.
Thank you,
91.
Raj.
Yeah. So I hope you you have some sort of understanding of Dynamo today. Or do you feel bored? Did you feel bored?
No, sir.
Not
That
at all.
was just.
Okay. So tomorrow you'll be having like some sort of uh, things again. So take a decision, take a very, very clear decision because like there are many companies, they are ready to pay, they are ready to pay you more than what you're earning now. If you're earning like a 5 lakh, they're ready to pay you 9 lakh instantly. If you join any other company, you will get like 5.5 or 6 maximum. You will not get like 9 or 10 like this. So grab this until unless, there is a statement from the Autodesk itself. 5 BIM model is equal to 1 BIM developer. So instead of paying for the 5 modelers, they're ready to pay you. And it's not only for the one time. If you have created something, they are going to be utilize the same script in the next projects as well. They want to implement the same to save their time. You're going to save a lot of time. That I'm going to explain you tomorrow. Clear? So we'll see you tomorrow. So this is for actually I supposed to finish this at 10 o'clock. But it's almost like 10:45. I really appreciate your patience. Okay. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Clear?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye
sir.
bye.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.